time for the ride home in ENC.
Yes! Yes! Yes!
This is your 5 o'clock drive with Patrick Johnson.
Holy mackerel!
More news, more interviews, more ECU stories than you can shake a stick at. Hey, stop shaking that stick. This is the Patrick Johnson Show.
Pirates win! Pirates win!
On 94.3 The Game.
All right, hello again, everybody, and welcome into a Monday Patrick Johnson Show. It's great to have you with us here. TGIF has already passed. The weekend is past. Boy, what a fast one it was. And here we are just in the home stretch in the respect of football season getting underway. Hot outside, but we certainly have a lot to get into today. Talking to Andrew Bays in a little bit. Andrew, of course, All-American punter at ECU. And Bays, of course, will be back with the radio broadcast this year on the ECU Sports Network, 94.3 The Game and 107.9. Pardon me, WNCT. They had today their ECU football luncheon for all the hobnobbers and big timers and the donors and all the special folk. Coach Harrell was there. All the players were there. Good time had by all in that event today. Good stuff there. So we are here on this Monday. We've got a lot to get into. Philip Pilkington is here. I've decided, Pilk, we should probably not call this the top 5 at 5, where we do the top handful of stories at 5 o'clock every day. We don't want to, upset anybody, particularly Jaden Daniels. So maybe we could call it the top 6 at 6, even though we're not on at 6. I don't know.
I think
do that.
I think top 6 the hour before 6.
And see if we did. I like that. The top 6 the hour before 6. And if we did a joke about Fauci in the 5th, many of our what would you call them? Liberal brethren in the media would, in the sports media world, they'd get very upset about it. So we don't want to do that either. We don't want to upset anybody. Hey,
what I'll say about Fauci, he knows his constitutional rights, PJ. He studied well in 9th grade civics. Good for him.
Yeah. Well, he is the science as well. All right. Let's do it. Top 5 at 5. Much to get into here. We'll have a nugget or two, I'm sure, on the outside of it, but let's jump in.
This may very well be our last mission. Let's make it count.
This is the Patrick Johnson Show on 94.3 The Game.
It's impossible.
Now some stories you may have heard.
You ready?
Or catch it for the first time. This is your 5 at 5 with the P-Man.
Number 1.
Alrighty, number 1. Let's take a look at the East Carolina football side of things. First scrimmage wrapped up earlier this week, and after the game, or after the scrimmage, Blake Harrell spoke to the media, and this is what he had to say about the quarterback battle.
See some good things. I think they're starting to get where they need to be. I'm excited about both of them. I think we can start to get a little separation there between them. I think they're moving in the right direction. I'd like to see them, not take some negative plays. I thought Emory took a sack today. I wish he just threw the ball away and reach out the chains there. And then Mitch at one time tried to throw it away, didn't throw it away far enough, and the defense picked it off. So those 2 plays, we just got don't turn a bad play into a worse play. Don't turn a snowflake into an avalanche. So it's okay for an incomplete pass, gain of 0. We'll survive with that and we'll figure it out. So those are things, though, that you got to get out here and play the game. You can't, talk about that enough in the film room and it correlate. You got to get out here and experience it. So I thought we made a move in the right direction there, Dave.
Were there 4 takeaways for the day? Did I read that correctly?
There were 4 takeaways, or I think 5. 4 of which were interceptions in the 30 minutes of practice that we were there. I don't know what happened the first hour and a half.
Right. That's concerning. Now, I do think this, and I was talking to some guys that are, analysts, football analysts for national broadcasts this weekend. I'm not name dropping. Just said I was talking to someone.
You're not pulling double H. Mr. Hinton.
No, Henry Hinton here. No need to put the hard hat on. I'm not going to name drop. That's not who I am. I'm just, they're like me, except they get paid a lot. We all, and I'm like you folks. I put the pants on one leg at a time. I mean, nothing special here about any of it. But everybody seems to like, based on what they, talking to Blake Harrell, their own study, the defense for ECU. So I'll put that as a positive. That okay. in a league that may not be terribly defensive, the Pirates are probably going to be pretty defensive. So that volume of takeaways shouldn't be surprising until you see it's an inter-squad scrimmage. And then that makes you wonder, how solidified is that quarterback spot, and is there a reason it's still kind of an open
I will say
race beyond
most of all but one of the interceptions I saw was not by either one of those two. There were some younger guys, some freshmen.
All right.
And I will say there's some depth in this defense, PJ. I do think the fall off at some of these defense positions from 1 down to 3 is not nearly as deep as the fall off maybe on the offensive side.
I just dropped my phone trying to reply to somebody there. Yes. No, I agree, Pilk. But the defense is the strength. Okay. Well, that makes me feel a little bit better. And as you say, that was kind of what we saw. Did you see any of the plays that Blake was talking about?
No, we were not there for those. Nah.
Okay. So we at least know there were 6 takeaways because it's Griffiths threw one. Yeah. So in addition to the handful you saw, there was also a 6. So look, if the defense gets 6 takeaways September 5th, I think we'll all feel pretty good about life in the season ahead, and feel pretty good about the chances down in Tuscaloosa. Where's my Alabama thing? Where is this? Here it is.
Alabama!
If that happens on that day, Pirates by 1 million.
Yeah.
Or 1.
Hey, 1 in a million. Either way, goes down as that right there.
Yes. Let's just hope that'll be the case. That'll be the case. All right. What do we got next?
Number 2.
Number 2, there is an NCAA court ruling that keeps going back and forth. A federal judge injunction could give members of the 2022 high school class a 5th year. The NCAA has appealed that ruling with a decision expected in the next week or 2. Head coach Blake Harrell spoke on this as it relates to potentially 3 Pirate players that could be coming up and playing for the team this season.
So the class of 22, we've initiated that process. We've initiated those things, getting that ball rolling. Obviously, the plaintiffs, the athletes had to have their arguments in yesterday. The NCAA has to have their arguments into the 10th Circuit on Monday, and then we'll kind of wait for a decision by then. I think by midweek is kind of the feeling it'll come out. It could take till next Friday. It could be 2 weeks. I think as you look at this thing, like I have extreme loyalty to those 3 young men that would qualify under this court ruling and be eligible for a 5th year. They've always been Pirates. They started their career here. They helped us win a bunch of games. They understand what our expectation is, what our accountability is. So extreme loyalty to them. But at the same time, I got to take care of the locker room and loyalty to that piece too. And making sure that we don't disrupt that, cause any ripples. So we're going to start to integrate those guys back in. I'm very careful about fully integrating them right away and just throwing them out there right away. One's for injury, for their sake.
So we got a ruling in the NCAA's motion for a stay, but not that one, though. An Ohio Court of Appeals granted the NCAA's motion to stay the injunction granted in the Borovikinen versus NCAA, stopping the injunction for taking effect until the appeal is resolved. So we're really kind of waiting for the appeal to get resolved. Interesting nugget about the Colorado eligibility case. I'm told the NCAA missed its 14-day deadline to appeal the class certification portion. That would be one of the first steps appealing the back damages portion of the case. Damages could be anywhere from $50 million to $100+ million range. So the NCAA hasn't appealed the damages portion yet. That's Amanda Kristovich. The other one was from a reporter out of Ohio. I look, and I think it comes down to this, Pilk. Everybody was on the ECU case about taking the steps. They've taken the steps. And we'll see how this goes. The other part of that Blake talked about was in the larger comments, he talked with their leadership council. You don't want to disrupt the locker room harmony and chemistry that is so important to build this time of year. But you also, and I'm sure he's had those conversations, at least it sounds like with the 3 players, Gunn, Sam Danka, and J.D. Lampley, this could wind up going the other way. And you have it snatched out away from you. And are you ready for that mentally and emotionally? And it seems like that is a great concern of Blake's. And I don't know, or would not purport to know what the answer would be for those guys. But I'm sure they've considered it if this is something that they're going to do. I personally think we're going to end up seeing those three play this fall. And then we'll see what. And I think this whole thing, we had the guest on last week who talked about the resolution in court. I don't even think we get that far. I think something happens before that. There's something is. I can't see this going all the way to March when you're about to start March Madness, and you've got players on the roster. For basketball, teams that are going to make the tournament. Presumably Louisville with Seth Trimble. Are you going to just toss everything out because of that? I mean, I think something will end up happening before that.
I think nothing is going to happen in the NCAA. Is like, well, we've got to make a decision. I guess we'll just pull back.
Well, that's what I mean.
Or just let
Something's
them
going
in.
to end up happening. Yeah, something's going to end up happening, and all of this is now from the NCAA's perspective. They made the 5-5 rule. Is it clear cut? Because does this go on, Pilk? Does this happen in the next, whatever? I mean, are we looking at next year a whole host of legal wrangling for 2023? I don't know.
No, because those guys are already part of this new 5-5 rule. I think everybody's in school now. You're part of that rule.
But you just you keep opening yourself up to get sued and lose, and there's always going to be something.
Yeah.
Do you see what my point is? There's always going to be something.
Yes.
Somebody will sue. Just kind of perusing here. Athletes are still technically eligible with the Colorado suit still in place. Okay. So, yeah, that was a reply to that thing about what was going on in Ohio. So, right now, everything is what it is. All right. What do we got? What do we got next?
Number 3.
Alrighty, sticking with college football, the official first AP Top 25 poll came out today. I'm going to read you the top 10 and then just hit on some highlights. Coming in at number 1 is Ohio State, followed by Oregon, Georgia. Notre Dame is 4. Texas is 5. The defending national champions, the Indiana Hoosiers, come in at 6. The national runner-up from a year ago, Miami, comes in at 7. A&M is 8. Ole Miss 9. Oklahoma 10. The only team on East Carolina's schedule that is ranked in the preseason poll is Alabama. They come in at number 13. No schools from the state of North Carolina are ranked, but just maybe some other teams of local interest. Louisville does come in at 24. They're, of course, an ACC school, and even a school I even less know why they're in the ACC is number 19, and that is SMU, a former member of the American Conference.
I'm going to read you a list of names here, and it is a fairly lengthy bit of names, but I want to read them for you. Penn State, Clemson, LSU, Arizona State, Illinois, South Carolina, Florida, SMU, Kansas State, Iowa State, Tennessee, and Boise State. Pilk, what do those 11, dozen, whatever it is, teams have in common? Those ones I just read you, the list of the names I just read you. If you want me to read them again, I'll do it.
They've State, been Clemson, to the college football playoffs in the 12-team era and are not ranked.
No. Those are the 12 of the top 25 of the preseason last year that finished the year not ranked.
So what you're saying is this poll don't mean a damn thing.
That doesn't mean a damn thing. It doesn't mean a damn thing. Yeah, I mean, in the grand scheme of things, buddy, it doesn't mean a whole lot. I mean, we're in talking season, as we've said. Ohio State maybe they've got their quarterback back. They maybe have the most talented player in America. Oregon's got a lot of depth. I mean, obviously you can piece together, but it's so early. And here's my other thing, Pilk. Who is the team last year that won the national championship?
Hoosier.
Okay. They were 16-0.
Yep.
Why aren't they number 1?
Because their whole team graduated.
Yeah,
but quarterback's gone.
You don't think they're going to be good this year? You don't think they're going to be? I mean, they're the defending champs. Just some food for thought.
There you go.
Just some food for thought. But I think you've really put yourself into a. This is just a talking point thing. I mean, look again, though, and I would venture to guess over under. Let's do 10.5. Preseason ranked won't be ranked in the final poll. I would take the over.
Yeah, I think it's going to be somewhere in the 11 to 13 range.
Yeah, 10 or 11.
Yeah, Stephen brought up a good point today. Somebody had mentioned it to him. 10 of the last 11 years, someone ranked in the top 10 has finished the year not ranked. 2019 is the one outlier where every team ranked in the top 10 to start the preseason, finish the year ranked.
I mean, 3 last year with Penn State, Clemson, LSU in the top 10 didn't finish ranked. 3 in the top 10. That alone is an indictment on.
Well, it's an indictment on whoever put Penn State in the top 10, but, you know.
Sure. No, I mean, the whole thing's really, half of your preseason, it's totally pointless. All right, let's see. Next.
Number 4.
Alrighty, number 4, Dixon Williams is probably better at baseball than anyone listening, including Patrick and I, as in the last 2 days, he has had 24 total bases. He had 10 RBIs on 4 hits on Saturday. He had 6 RBIs on 4 hits, 3 of which were home runs on Sunday.
So, I mean, what is a story? 2-game stretch. He probably was wishing there was not a minor league mandated day off today like there is. 5 home runs, 16 RBIs. Get this, Pilk. No player in MLB history has done that since RBIs became a stat in 1920. So this has never been done in baseball since in the last 100 years. Dixon's numbers this year, 19 home runs, 76 RBIs. And I don't know if you remember this. I remember a little bit of this. What was the question about Dixon going into – because he's played a lot of outfield now. Yeah. So that kind of took care of itself. You know, where would he – there were 2 things it seemed like. Where's he going – position-wise, where is he going to be? He's found a home in center field because he's a good athlete. Can he hit at a pro level? Now, I granted this is high A ball, but still, 19 and 76, it's a pretty good season. Pretty good season for Dixon Williams. A couple of other notes. Zach Agnos, 2 scoreless innings in the Colorado 13-7 win over San Francisco. He allowed a couple of hits, had 2 strikeouts. And then Burley homered in back-to-back games in Chicago over the weekend. 21st home run helped the Cards slam the Cubbies 11-4 at Wrigley yesterday. 90 RBIs, 4th in the NL for Burley, a career high for him. I turned the game on yesterday. I missed the Saturday game where the kid, and you were very happy to point this out, for the St. Louis debuted with 3 home runs.
Did your boy Grover text you at all? Because he was blowing my phone up about Boston native tearing it up for the Cardinals.
No, Grover didn't. Don't give him my number. And then, but I flipped it on, and Burley hits a home run. That's the first thing I see.
There you go.
He took like a pitch or 2, and then Burley goes low in the zone and hits it out. Not a very sneaky good day of viewing yesterday on a Sunday. I mean, you had baseball on ABC. It might be one of the only games they're going to air the rest of the year on actual ABC. I actually got hooked in and was watching the Fever and Dream. That was a competitive game. It was a lot of fun. Our boy Trent McGee was there.
Oh, really?
His daughters. He took him to Atlanta. Yeah. McGee was on the big screen in Atlanta, by the way, doing twerking or something.
Oh, I got to see this video.
We might have to call him and talk to him about this. It's a little disturbing. And then I watched Scotty Scheffler just tear it up yesterday.
So there wasn't much to watch yesterday in golf because, man, it was Scotty against the world. And
well, if you like watch, I like Scotty. How can you not like Scotty? He was now what was funny, he comes out, maybe it's the 2nd or 3rd hole. He's chipping out of the sand, or he's chipping off the green, and it hits the sprinkler head and then darts across the green. And it looked for a second like it might roll in. It rolls past the cup and into the water. And I thought, oh, no, here we go. And that just seemed like it didn't. Scotty was nonplussed. And from that point on, just dominated. Nobody, and it was hot. You think it's hot now. It was hot like this in Memphis yesterday with no breeze.
Yeah. Hey, if you want to stop Scotty, you got to arrest him before the tournament. That gets out of his head. It gets in his head.
What you got to do? Gets him out. I think he wins the whole deal, don't you? He wins right now. How can you pick against him? He's going to win the FedEx Cup. All right. What do we got? What number are we on?
Number 5, right?
Oh, number 5. Right. Okay. Yes.
Number 5. Bengals rookie cornerback Sair Wright is quitting football. He said he has been giving an acting job that is too good to pass up. Didn't say what it is, but he's moving to Hollywood.
He's apparently been in something before. He's acted before, right? And I don't think he's quit football permanently, but let's just say he has got a pretty big role in something. That's not a bad ordeal, right? That's not a terrible thing to act. I mean, you'd rather have that than permanent brain damage.
Yeah, a lot less on your body.
A lot less on your body if he has a talent for it. I mean, this will go one of two ways. But his football career could go one of two ways. This will either be a great decision, and he'll be, at the very least, a working actor who always finds jobs. I don't think he'll be a huge star. Maybe he will. Maybe he'll be the next Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson.
Hey, you know who played a little NFL football, just a little? Mr. Apollo Creed, Carl Weathers. Played for the Raiders.
I mean, there's a lot of guys who took football and went into acting after their football careers. But Dick Butkus was one of them.
Yeah. Did you ever see that movie Gus with him and Don Knotts? The football. Yes. It's corny as heck, but gosh, that's funny. It's a great movie.
Yeah. And then who was the guy? Merle Olsen, I think, did some acting.
Yeah.
These are really old guys. But, I mean, he did some serious acting, too. So, I mean, there's Fred Dreyer, great NFL player, acted in Hollywood. So there's a history of this going on. But a lot of those guys did it after their career because obviously they didn't make the money in the NFL that guys make now. I just think it's interesting you would turn your back on the sport. I think and I don't know what it has to do with. I said he hasn't quit forever. But I mean, Pilk, if somebody came to you right now and offered you a can't miss starring opportunity and the money was guaranteed, you'd leave.
Yeah.
Anybody would, especially if the money's right.
Yeah.
And you don't have to put your body through. And look, there's a lot of terrible actors who've made a living
that is true.
in Hollywood. They've made it. So I wish him luck. We don't know what the movie is. We don't know what the project is.
No, it didn't say.
I have people now. We're back in the time of the season where people are recommending stuff you can watch and stream. And I actually saw a clip, like a trailer, of something that John Hamm is in. It's like a mini series or a series that actually looked interesting to me. I thought it was a movie, but I discovered it's a mini. And it's on MGM Plus. The hell is that? What is MGM Plus?
I don't know.
We have another thing we have to stream for me to see this. It's not on. I guess not. Tires is back. I'm going to maybe watch some of that tonight.
There you go.
Third season of Tires. Shane Gillis vehicle. Pretty funny. All right. When we come back, Andrew Bays. He's got movie star good looks. We'll talk to him about the Pirate football season, some of the things we just talked about and more. Looking forward to having Andrew Bays on the Patrick Johnson Show after this.
You have a choice when you invest in insurance, and when you choose First State Insurance Advisors, you're working with people you can trust. Clark Stallings has deep ties in the community. His team, including Keaton Smith, Regina Asby, Phil Leyva, Max Joyner Jr., Max Joyner III, and Ginger Smith, provides knowledgeable and professional advice. First State Insurance Advisors is an independent insurance agency. They offer all types of personal insurance as well as various types for business. Call or email First State Insurance Advisors today. We want to be your trusted choice agency.
The best burgers around. Everyone loves a thick, juicy, and fresh burger. Tiebreakers in Greenville, plus the all-new Tiebreakers in Winterville. Do real burgers better than anybody. So don't just go to any burger-themed restaurant chain. It's time to break the chain and eat local. Tiebreakers. Real burgers at its best.
Everybody loves burgers.
Make every day electric on the Kawasaki Electro 20 electric balance bike. Maximize the fun with long run times, impressive top speed, and Kawasaki build quality. Easy adjustability and smooth handling make everyday riding more enjoyable. And the standard MTB type tires provide off-pavement capability. The Kawasaki Electro 20 is the electric balance bike that's built to rip. Go to Ron Ayers Motorsports, Memorial Drive north of the airport, Greenville.
Grimes Built Construction is currently building homes in Pitt and Beaufort County, and they're always looking for land to start new neighborhoods. Grimes Built Construction is a custom home builder, but also builds beautiful spec homes in all price ranges. These aren't cookie-cutter homes. A Grimes-built home has great design, character, and the extra detail you desire.
This is Chad Grimes with Grimes Built Construction. If you're in the market for a new home or if you have land for sale, give me a call, 252-717-1418.
This is a standard hole belt. You can get it at any fashion brand, department store, or Amazon. They can be nice, look good, even sometimes expensive. The downside, they're only limited to 5 holes. Not to mention these holes wear out in less than a year. So this is an Anson belt, micro-adjustable holeless belt. Instead of 5 holes 1 inch apart, we have 30 plus options spaced 1/4 inch apart, giving you the perfect fit every time. This track system uses a magnetic mechanism that won't break like a spring-loaded mechanism will over time. Slide your belt through, click, click, click. That's the sound of a perfect fit. Check us out at AnsonBelt.com.
Your confidence makes everything look good. You see the world in vivid color, not black and white. Swing through your neighborhood Fantastic Sam's cut in color. And let our experienced stylists take you from everyday to extraordinary.
Fantastic Sam's hair salons are locally owned and operated. Our full-service salons are conveniently located in Goldsboro, Kinston, Greenville, Newbern, Jacksonville, and Calabash. Stop in today at Fantastic Sam's, where the possibilities
Remember,
are endless.
get the podcast with the show on the IBX Media app or where you get your podcasts.
I listen on my Apple Watch. Listen while you work. I listen everywhere.
The Patrick Johnson Show on 94.3 The Game.
All right. Welcome back. Patrick Johnson Show, 94.3 The Game, 94.3thegame.com, and the IBX Media app. Great to have you with us here. Let's welcome in Andrew Bays, former ECU punter, All-American, and will be the analyst on the ECU Sports Network for the radio broadcast this year. Bays, good to see you. Hope it's been a good summer for you, and hope all's well.
Patrick, it's good to hear from you and good to see you, bud. It's been a while.
It has. So we were talking about it. All right, at least a half a dozen turnovers can be accounted for. Is maybe the defense is that good? Let's hope they are. But I do think, in talking to you and talking to some other guys who call these games on Saturdays, the thinking seems to be that will be the strong suit of the Pirates this year, the defense, and that maybe does allow a little time for the new offensive coordinator to kind of work things in and get comfortable, but also allows whoever's the quarterback is to maybe get comfortable. And I think, he's got to get in shape, but if J.D. Lampley ends up playing, Sam Danka's an athlete, can't go wrong with an athlete, but an already pretty stout defense, adding Lampley to it, if he can get healthy or get in shape, I guess. To me, that's just sort of icing on the cake for what should be a really stout defense.
Yeah, to get a guy like J.D. Lampley, I talked about it a little bit last week with some of the coaches. He wasn't a guy that lit up the stat book for the season, game in, game out, but he was a guy that you could tell, was asked to just blow up plays interiorly. And he was kind of a similar role to Chad Stevens the year before, just super productive on the inside, force pressure, force the pocket back, and then let the other defensive players fill those gaps and make plays. And so if they're able to get J.D. Lampley back, that would be phenomenal depth to be able to get. I know they're dinged up a little bit on the defensive line to start, so especially early in the season, that would be helpful. But, this time of year, the defense is always ahead of the offense. And, from what I've seen out of practice and saw at the scrimmage and look forward to see as we move forward closer to the season is, the offensive line I thought looked really well. They were productive. They were moving bodies. They seemed to be on schedule. And in turn, because of that, or as a result of that, the running back group looks really, really good. TJ Engelman's running with speed. Ashton Gray obviously looks great. DeJuan Lacey shows that he's got some fresh legs and some speed. The running back room, I think, looks exceptional offensively. Now, the timing with the quarterbacks, wide receivers, tight ends, all that stuff, that's going to come, especially with the two quarterbacks having to kind of split reps this early on in camp, as they haven't settled on one quarterback at this point.
So timing's going to be off until they can get this season going.
So I hear Blake Harrell say, well, to me, one of the quarterbacks is starting to separate themselves. You watched a little bit of the scrimmage Saturday. You've seen some practices. Who do you think that is?
Yeah, if I had to guess, it would be Mitch Griffiths. He has some athleticism that Emory Williams. Emory Williams is like that prototypical quarterback. He's got the size. He's got the presence inside the pocket. He's got a big arm. Mitch Griffiths, is a senior in a lot of aspects in the game of football, and he has a ton of experience. He's played a lot of football. He has a lot of downs in him, and he has a lot of downs left to go this season. I think that the biggest struggle with both of these quarterbacks is controlling the tempo and then hitting receivers and not turning the ball over. That I think was part of the issue coming out in the spring. And I think Mitch Griffiths is maybe taking a step forward early on here as we get closer to the season, and he offers probably a little bit more athleticism outside of the pocket.
Andrew Bay's with us here as we get ready for ECU football season, September 5th at Alabama. If you are Blake Harrell, and there's no real clear-cut guy, if both present their own superlatives, they're positives, but both, maybe have some drawbacks or nobody is quite performing. Could you see a scenario where going into the Alabama game where you will be an underdog, where you go in and maybe give both guys a shot in game action?
I think so. I mean, at this point, the once the bullets start flying, you kind of, you get to Tuscaloosa and the game plan might be as such, but once the bullets start flying, anything is possible. So I sort of qualify my answer that way. But sure, there's gonna be packages for both quarterbacks clearly. And I think whoever Coach Harrell decides to settle on to start the Alabama game, he's going to give ample series to try to get going, try to create some things inside of that offense, especially early on, and then see how the game goes. See if there's an opportunity to bring in the second quarterback and see what you have. There's plenty of talent between both of them. I don't think it's similar to years prior when we were going into Ann Arbor, into Michigan, where we weren't really settled on who the quarterback was at that point. And, I think there's a little bit more talent between these two quarterbacks than the Pirates had at that time. So the situation, I know some people are concerned or look back at a few years ago, kind of similar situation, but these two quarterbacks, have a lot more skill level in them than those two quarterbacks did at that time.
Andrew, go back to the running back room. I mean, you ran off some of the guys there who have looked really good. And I don't know if Marlon Gunn is going to be a huge contributor statistically. He does give you a body there. It's a position that is going to suffer injury. I mean, you hope it doesn't, but I mean, just the numbers bear that out. Guys are going to get banged up running the football. So I also wonder too, when you bring Gunn in, he's played with some of those guys before, but the mentoring part of that for a guy like him, it seems like he's really relished that role last year. So an opportunity to come back and maybe kind of resume that guy showing the young guys the ropes, if you will.
Oh, no question. I mean, Marlon Gunn was one of those guys in the locker room that the team absolutely loved. Great personality, great leader. He played tough when he got his opportunity and got his reps on the field. I don't think in today's college football, I don't think you can have enough running backs. And the Pirates have faced it year over year. You're going to have injuries. You're going to have setbacks. You're going to have some running backs that, just can't get going. And, this depth that they have this year is exceptional. And if you can mix in Marlon Gunn into the depth, it's only going to strengthen the unit. But as far as what's out there now, minus Marlon Gunn, I'm loving what I'm seeing.
Andrew, these guys are getting a chance to go and play because it is of this 5-5 2022 rule. And so now there's no red shirt. You got 5 years to play. How do you think that changes the dynamics, particularly in college football?
Oh, it's hard. I was thinking about this the other day as it pertains to injuries. If you've got a senior this is his final season, his fifth season, and he gets injured early in the season or gets injured in training camp, there are no waivers anymore. There's no medical red shirts. There's all of that's gone. So it completely changes the scope of what these student athletes, what they have before them, and how valuable each down in every game is, because nothing is guaranteed, especially by way of injury. And in football, there's just, injuries stack up. So 5-5, is good for an athlete that can stay healthy, but an athlete that, struggles to stay healthy or just is unlucky with injuries, those years just fly by. And like I said, I was thinking about it just a couple of days ago, and I think that's where it changes the landscape. And I think in this transfer era, when these teams are being built year over year, it's certainly become harder over the last few years for freshmen to be able to get playing time in these scenarios where you're able to rebuild your roster and get experienced players in. I think 5-for-5 kind of opens that up to the younger players again. Even though the transfer thing is always there, I think they're going to get their arms around that as well and limit the amount of transfers that the players can have. And it will give some power back to some of the younger players, because some of these younger players coming into a new program as a freshman, it is a uphill battle if you've got a roster full of experienced transfers that have a lot of games under their belt. So it changes the landscape in many ways for me.
Yeah, but I would say, we talked to Brian North the other day. I think what is interesting is do the coaches, there's no hiding guys now. I mean, you have to play. Now, if they get a handle on the freedom of movement with the transfers and it's a one-time thing, maybe it's not there. But, if Congress can't get this done, and I mean, I don't know if they'll be able to when they come back. Congress can't get anything done, it seems like. But if they are unable to do that, and we're just sitting here this time next year kind of talking about the same thing, Andrew, I mean, that, to me, whether you got 5-5, 6-6, whatever it is, there's still a pressure to play certain guys now, to try to placate these guys and keep them happy. I mean, they're freshmen who I'm sure are already, true freshmen who are already saying, okay, we haven't even started the season yet, and I'm already thinking about I'm going to the portal. Now, a lot of that is money driven. A lot of that will be money driven.
No, 100%. And add a layer to this season with players like Marlon Gunn and J.D. Lampley and Sam Danka, the guys that you're talking about, times all the programs in the country, and those players being able to come back. There's depth questions happening in every single locker room now. It's guys saying, hold on a second, man, I thought I was number 2 on the depth chart, or I was making my way up the depth chart, and these players are coming back. That presents an obstacle for me, and maybe, yes, to your point, maybe I am thinking about my next step or whatever it might be. But those are all things, I think Coach Harrell addressed it well this week. It's not anything that anybody can control. As far as lining up and playing football and doing the things you're supposed to do, you got to control what you can control. And what happens with the transfer portals or these waivers or whatever, you can't control it. All you can do is get out there and do your best, and let it lie as it does as you produce. And the landscape is difficult. We talk about in our what it would look like for us older guys to have the NIL opportunities and the financial opportunities, and it would be great. But I don't necessarily know that I would have loved the idea of playing at a different school every year, and chasing that kind of thing, or feeling like I was being chased out of a program to have to go transfer somewhere else to find my next job. And that's what it's become for some of these guys. I had a great 4 years at East Carolina as a true student athlete, and I wouldn't have traded it for anything.
All right, Bays, everybody's a lot of hope springs eternal. I think everybody's fired up. Looking forward to the opener at Alabama. What a great opportunity that is on a national stage. It's everybody likes the prediction business, but it's so hard, to me, to really look beyond week one if we're being realistic. And we really don't know a whole lot right now. I think looking beyond the first maybe month of the season is a little bit of a fool's errand. But when you look at it, based on what we know now on paper, what would you say the max out potential is for this Pirate team? I mean, what would you consider to be a highly successful season? Clearly, everybody feels like, okay, chance to play for the college or to play for the conference championship, and even maybe a spot in the college football playoff is what you're looking at. But where do you kind of see this season maxing out, and maybe realistically maxing out?
Yeah, I was looking at the schedule not long ago, and I see 9 wins. I think, when I go back to the spring and I'm taking a look at this roster, taking a look at the transfers that came in, I'm looking at the athleticism, I'm looking at the size, I'm looking at the depth. They were light years. To me, from my eyes, they were light years ahead of where they were the previous spring. And athletically, they look completely different. This summer, it's no different. The defense looks great. Offensive line, still has some depth issues, I would say, but I would say they're further along than they were at this point last year. Maybe the wide receiver group doesn't have as much speed as the group did last year, but they're deeper. I feel like the depth is better. And I just see that this team should be competing for a conference championship, no question, with this schedule. And beyond that, have an opportunity to go to a really, a different kind of bowl experience than what they've had the last couple of years. Now, the Pirates have had a blast the last 2 years, playing ACC schools in the Liberty Bowl, beating them both. But I think this type of season really is a platform type season for this program, and I feel like they really need to take advantage of it.
All right, Andrew, were you ever you were on one of the teams that played at Legion Stadium, weren't you, against Alabama, or did you miss out on that?
Nope, that was my junior year, and that was a tough one, Patrick.
I was there. I was on the sideline that game. Yeah.
We lost by 1 point. We had some tough reffing, SEC reffing that game, Legion Field. We missed a couple extra points. One of them got taken back for 2-point conversion. And, that we should have won that football game. And I think if you talk to a lot of my teammates from those years, they will say that's the one game that we'd love to have back. We should have walked out of Legion Field with that one. So it's going to be fun for me. I've never been to Tuscaloosa, and I'm looking forward to getting to Tuscaloosa, getting in the stadium, walking the facilities, and just seeing what that different level money is like. I had a different spirits down in Legion Field against Alabama.
The place was a dump.
It was.
It was a dump then, and it was a dump when we.
I've got stories that locker room, our bathroom, had no stalls, so it was just toilets just lined up, and everyone talked about that was, strategy by Alabama for their opponents. But that was an interesting trip. Legendary field, legendary stadium, but you're right.
You probably needed a tetanus shot after being in that locker room.
Oh man, it was something. But it was like you go in those old stadiums that I played in the old Orange Bowl when we played University of Miami down there, Legion Field. Like if you're a football historian and you appreciate football, you go in those stadiums and
sure.
you don't look at it like that. You just think of all the former players that were in that locker room that I was in and all the great games that were played there. And yeah, you think of, when I think of that, I think of that bathroom, that they set us up with.
Hey, good to talk to you, Andrew. We'll talk to you as the season goes on, and looking forward to hearing you and Jim on the season opener.
Thanks, Patrick. It's awesome. Always awesome to talk to you.
There he goes, Andrew Bass. Great to have him with us here. We'll be back with more Patrick Johnson Show right after this.
This is about you, your family, and the health of all who live in Eastern North Carolina. This is about the transformation of a health system into something more powerful and more human, about creating new ways to treat disease and keep you well. This is about ECU Health, which is to say, it's really all about you. ECU Health. Minds, hearts, purpose.
Make every day electric on the Kawasaki Electro 20 electric balance bike. Maximize the fun with long run times, impressive top speed, and Kawasaki build quality. Easy adjustability and smooth handling make everyday riding more enjoyable. And the standard MTB type tires provide off-pavement capability. The Kawasaki Electro 20 is the electric balance bike that's built to rip. Go to Ron Ayers Motorsports, Memorial Drive north of the airport, Greenville.
Visit Larry's Steakhouse for a tender, hand-cut, certified Angus ribeye. Other entrees include perfectly seasoned pork chops, chicken, or seafood favorites like shrimp, tuna, and salmon. Complement your meal with Larry's fresh 20-plus item salad bar, or enjoy it as an all-you-can-eat entree. Daily rotating favorites include meatloaf, chicken pastry, hamburger steak, spaghetti, pork chops, and more, all complemented with your favorite country sides. Whether it's for lunch, dinner, or our Sunday brunch, remember to support and eat local. Larry's Steakhouse.
Daughtridge Gas and Oil has been your dependable propane supplier for 95 years. Their trained technicians can service and properly install all your propane and natural gas appliances. Plus, Daughtridge Gas and Oil is your backyard expert with fire pits, grills, smokers, and more, including quality outdoor furniture at their Greenville Patio and Hearth Shop at 1901 Charles Boulevard. Go by and see the knowledgeable staff at Daughtridge Gas and Oil for propane delivery or call 756-1345.
Acre Station Meat Farm, along with Lane Angus Beef, bring you Farm to Fork Beef.
Stock your freezers now with affordable beef boxes, just in time for the grilling season.
Farm to Fork Beef brings quality local beef to your family. From your traditional butcher shop, Acre Station Meat Farm. Come on down to Acre Station Meat Farm and find out why we're #1 in fresh cuts and friendly service.
Acre Station Meat Farm, Highway 32 North, Pinetown.
Your future is full of possibilities, and Pitt Community College can help you explore every option. You can earn a degree, learn a trade, transfer to a university, or launch a new career. We offer the support you need to succeed with flexible schedules, affordable tuition, and programs designed for the real world. Your path, your future, your college. Pitt Community College.
Get the
Register
podcast
now.
of the show on the IBX Media app or where you get your podcasts.
I listen on my Apple Watch.
Smart speaker.
Listen while you work. I listen everywhere.
The Patrick Johnson Show on 94.3 The Game.
All right. Welcome back. Great to have Andrew Bass on. Could you imagine that, Pill? Bathroom with no stalls?
Not fun.
And I mean, that could be a problem. That place was awful. That place was a dump.
We had
even
we had a game in high school
when we went back for the bowl game. So
yeah, we had a game in high school where we played, and there was a bath. We were in a place in a bathroom with no stalls, and some kids had to, make room for dessert.
Had to avail themselves of the facility.
Yeah,
and yes, and it was. Well, there you have it. We are a little. We probably need to get a break in because we want to keep it at 4. So why don't we do that? We'll kind of come back, set up the rest of the week. nice to have Andrew Bays on. Bays is always a lot of fun, a very thoughtful guy. But we'll hit a break. We'll come back and wrap the show up right after this with kind of the layout for the rest of the week and beyond. Stay tuned.
The power of savings is yours at Greenville Toyota with powerful deals on our huge selection of new Toyotas, like a Camry, $229 a month, or the all-new RAV4, $279. Don't miss the power of savings at Greenville Toyota.
Your confidence makes everything look good. You see the world in vivid color, not black and white. Swing through your neighborhood Fantastic Sam's cut in color. And let our experienced stylists take you from everyday to extraordinary.
Fantastic Sam's hair salons are locally owned and operated. Our full-service salons are conveniently located in Goldsboro, Kinston, Greenville, New Bern, Jacksonville, and Calabash. Stop in today at Fantastic Sam's, where the possibilities are endless.
Healthwise Pharmacy rounds the bases with all of your infusion, retail, compounding, and medical equipment needs. Locally owned and operated by pharmacist Marcy Parker, Healthwise has grown to be your most trusted provider for infusion services. Currently providing in-home or on-site infusions in North Carolina, South Carolina, and Virginia. Visit Healthwise Pharmacy at 615B South Memorial Drive or call 252-295-0059 to speak to a patient service representative to find the option that best suits your needs.
Visit Larry's Steakhouse for a tender, hand-cut certified Angus ribeye. Other entrees include perfectly seasoned pork chops, chicken, or seafood favorites like shrimp, tuna, and salmon. Complement your meal with Larry's fresh 20-plus item salad bar, or enjoy it as an all-you-can-eat entree. Daily rotating favorites include meatloaf, chicken pastry, hamburger steak, spaghetti, pork chops, and more, all complemented with your favorite country sides. Whether it's for lunch, dinner, or our Sunday brunch, remember to support and eat local. Larry's Steakhouse.
Make every day electric on the Kawasaki Electro 20 electric balance bike. Maximize the fun with long run times, impressive top speed, and Kawasaki build quality. Easy adjustability and smooth handling make everyday riding more enjoyable. And the standard MTB type tires provide off-pavement capability. The Kawasaki Electro 20 is the electric balance bike that's built to rip. Go to Ron Ayers Motorsports, Memorial Drive north of the airport, Greenville.
The hunting and fishing event of the summer comes to the Greenville Convention Center, July 11th and 12th, bringing together the best hunting and fishing vendors, outfitters, and fishing experts, all under one roof. Special free events, including a mountain trout pond, indoor archery range, offshore fishing experience, interactive duck blind, and free seminars. Don't miss it. The Mid-Atlantic Hunting and Fishing Expo is July 11th and 12th.
With new Toyota trucks from $259 a month, you've got the power of savings at Greenville Toyota. Drive Tacomas $259 a month or Tundras only $399 a month at Greenville Toyota, where our volume saves you money.
And now, the stunning conclusion.
Why is everyone screaming?
On 94.3 The Game.
All right. Coming up next week, the Chancellor of ECU, Dr. Philip Rogers, will be our special guest. We are it'll be Friday the 28th. That's when we are planning that interview. That's the word we got today. We'd tried to get the Chancellor on and been trying to get him on, but you just can't say, hey, come on the show, and he'll hop on that day. So we've been able to do that. We'll talk about a lot of things, and we may even have some resolution to this 5-5 2022 at that point. He's on one of the NCAA boards pertaining to that, and obviously is the head, the chair, if you will, of the conference commission as far as the chancellors and presidents in the American Conference goes. So there's lots to discuss with Chancellor Rogers, who's always gracious and very open with his time. Also going to have ECU soccer coach on. That might be tomorrow. It might be later in the week. We're going to, but she's confirmed to be on with us. And then we've got Amanda Kristovich, our friend from Front Office Sports. So she'll be able to talk about some of the, comings and goings of all of this legal wrangling. It's ever evolving, always going on. I think that'll be Wednesday. I'm going to be out on Friday. I've got a matter I got to attend to that day, so Pilk is going to take the reins of the show, so he'll be on the program hosting it on Friday. And then we have time. I think we do have a little bit of time. So I thought this was really cool, Pilk. We hear a lot about these players, wanting money to go play college athletics and what have you, and it's, I think, tainted a lot of people's view. But I thought this was really sweet. This kid, Jordan Mathewson from Martin County, shout out our boy Diamond Dave Richmond, who calls the Martin County games on radio. But he signed with ECU yesterday, and they had the event, and or committed yesterday, and they did the event. And this is what he kind of talked about afterwards as far as academics go.
Everybody can play sports. Everybody can be an athlete, but to maintain a high GPA, straight A's is very challenging to do. So being that student part, keeping it up is really important to me because, everybody can be an average athlete, but student athlete that keeps their grades up, that's what separates everybody.
And he wants to be a mechanical engineer. That's what he's going to major in. I mean, that's, and I'm not Pollyanna to all of this, but that's really great to hear that there's at least somebody who's a great athlete, Division I athlete. I mean, he had an offer from some ACC schools, in fact, JMU also, and he's saying, okay, I'm going to go further my football career as a Pirate, but also the academic component.
Yeah, I mean, he's betting on himself in two ways, right, PJ? I mean, obviously he's going to try and play the child's game as long as he can, but that day we're all told at some point you can't do it anymore, and he's setting himself up for success beyond football.
True that. All right, thanks to Pilk. Thanks to Andrew Bays. Do we have anybody behind the scenes today, Pilk, we need to thank?
Kayleen and Thomas are here.
Kayleen and Thomas. Shout out Thomas. Shout out Kayleen. Thanks to them. All right. Hey, we'll see you tomorrow in the morning for Talk of the Town. You can go back and listen to Dickie Carrada's interview with Henry from this morning. And we also will be back at 5 o'clock on the Patrick Johnson Show. Stay cool. Have a great evening.